What's going on, everybody? We're live on the internet. Stubbs here. We're back for season 5, episode 1 of the Retro Handhelds Podcast. We got Rob, the Retro Tech Dad, here with us today. Hello, my co-host.
Hi,
friend.
everyone. Oh, it's so good to be back.
Oh, we're back.
Missed you guys so much.
Missed you too. And we have even Ban here. Ban Unboxed. Ban
survived.
I know. I made
You're
it.
back too.
There's a lot I had to survive to get here.
Every year after CES, we always seem to lose one RH staff member. I don't know how it happens, but every year there's a sacrificial staff member who leaves. And this year, Jelanimal left the team before CES. And so, therefore, the curse has been lifted. We have all of our people intact. I'm happy about that.
It was a sacrifice.
It was a major sacrifice. It was real touch and go. We don't have Zoo here tonight live, but he will be dropping by for a few minutes to share a little update about Game of the Month and all that good stuff. So there's a few changes this year that I wanted to talk about before we kind of get started. Number one, we're going to try to keep this at least a little bit more concise. By that, I mean loosey-goosey, have fun as always, but we don't want to overstay our welcome with you all and run 2-3 hours, whatever we got into last year. It can be fun, don't get me wrong. But we want to do a little bit more concise show, so we're going to attempt to do 1 hour. Many of you saw the survey we put out on YouTube this week, asking your thoughts, what's important to you in this show. And it'll be a moving target, so we're going to kind of adjust it as we get started this year. But for now, we're going to attempt an hour. Maybe we'll go to an hour and a half. We're going to shorten the news a bit down from like 15 topics to like the best 4, maybe 5 topics. Product reviews, we're going to limit to like 2 unboxings at most. And also, we'll probably not talk about what we're playing game-wise so much as like what we're doing this week. Like what games we're playing, sure, but what content are we working on? What are we doing?
In the 1 month, I'm actually playing a lot of games.
Right. Oh no, we can talk about that. It's gonna be a general like what? It's gonna be like what are you up to? What are you doing? And share about that, and that'll be a lot of fun. And then also just involve you all more in the conversation. Do more sort of questions and interact with you a bit more, especially like after we get through the news and after we get through everything else we have to talk about. And tonight, we're also giving away something. So look at this. This beautiful Xbox keyboard, this 8BitDo collaboration, sponsored by AKNES here. We're giving away 2 of these beauties.
That's
Man,
awesome.
I can't believe you got a second one for me. Thank you.
Oh, I know. We'll see.
It's one for each of us.
Anything's possible. I'm going to add the rules to the description, but it's the same rules as always. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment on the podcast video after this episode's over so that I can have a way to like pull names into our randomizer. Second will be to subscribe to the AKNES Discord or join the AKNES Discord. That's going to be in the show notes as well. And I forgot to add in today, but I'll add it in there before the show's over. Lastly, we're also going to talk about this bad boy, which is the GameSir SuperNova. This thing looks freaking awesome, and it'll be a faux unboxing because I've already been playing with this for like a month, and they actually delayed it till March. And so I'm like, I can't wait any longer. I got to unbox it. Embargo's up. We're going to play with this. I love this thing. And then also, we're going to talk about some just developments such as what are our thoughts on the Switch 2? Because that we leave the podcast world for 2 weeks and
Of
everything.
course.
Switch 2
The biggest news of the year drops.
all the rumors, all the speculation, all the lead up. Switch 2 finally gets announced, and so we got to talk about that. We're a little late on it. That's okay. We do have thoughts to share.
Still fun to talk about.
It's still Rob. It's still fun to talk about. And
yeah.
Ayaneo 3 and its modularity. Got to talk about that. When the WinLater front end revolution is happening, so all these handhelds are getting WinLater. Some variant with different front end skins. It seems like GameSir and everybody's trying to make some skin over WinLater, Pluvia, and we'll probably tangent a bit and talk about some of these silly things like the non-stop RK3326, which when will it die? We don't know.
It won't.
I have concerns. I have questions. XU Mini or XU 028.
28, something.
28, yep.
Something with that. Anyway, so we got a show for you all. Starting out, Rob, man, so what have you been up to since we last saw each other at CES like a month ago?
I've been playing a lot with the Portal. A whole bunch.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been pretty much one of my main devices for the whole month. Just enjoying everything about it. It's kind of leading up to my next video, which is going to be a WinLater focused video. I'm going to go from beginning to end with it. Try to help people get going with WinLater, on these Odin 2 devices. There's a lot that we can enjoy on here. So that's what I've been working on for the past few weeks. Yep, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I kind of started working on it when I was hanging out with you guys at CES at the Airbnb and just kind of carry that momentum back home. So that's what I've been working on.
I am so excited for your video. I was hyping you up in mine the other day. I'm like, there's no point in me doing battery tests on this thing. Like Rob's going to be, well, you already did it with the prototype. Are you going to do battery tests again?
No. So that's why I wanted to make content that now, because I think it's starting to get into people's hands, which I've seen on the Discord and around the internet. So I want to make content now that will help people get more out of their devices and do things that maybe they didn't think about doing with it. So I think WinLater is something that I want more people to get into. You can open the door to a whole world of possibilities with it. Things like Xbox 360, PS3 generation PC games, it runs great on here. I mean, really, it's kind of amazing how far we've come with WinLater. So it's really exciting time in terms of just PC games on Android.
Yeah, it's pretty bonkers, man. I mean, I have to ask you something. Is your Portal smudgy? Does it get fingerprints?
I don't care for this plastic. So yes, it does. You can even see it here.
What? Okay, so this is this is going to be a drama.
Now I have not wiped this unit down at all since I've gotten it. So this is a month's worth of smudging, But yeah, I was a little disappointed with this black plastic. I mean, I personally buy the black. I think the indigo and the white's the way to go. And personally, I ordered the indigo myself. So yeah.
Rob, we're losing your audio a bit. I think you might be on your webcam mic. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let me see.
I'm gonna turn off the music and see if that helps. But that's the both the exciting thing and also concerning thing of being live as we figure out these technical kerfuffles on the spot.
You were correct though. I am on mic.
Okay. There we go.
So much better now.
There's your beautiful voice. There we go. So that's interesting. You have smudginess on your plastic, and yet I've had mine for the same amount of time, and maybe it's a regional thing. Maybe it's because I'm in Oregon. I don't know, because mine is.
Well, no, I mean it's dry here, so
it should be less smudgy. But I've had zero smudging on the back plastic and minimal smudging on the front glass.
Interesting.
And Ban, I know your experience is one of complete smudginess.
Well, I am getting a little bit of smudginess. It's not as bad as like some of those like pure black like plastic handhelds like the X18S or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as the other Odin 2 devices that I've had. So I'm not too happy with the plastic on this one either.
I was a little bit surprised because I mean I have the Odin 2 Mini in black, and that one also picks up fingerprints, but this plastic on the Portal I think is worse than what they did on the Mini. So it's a little bit different plastic. I don't know what they changed.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
Compared to
much better.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I personally don't like black handles for that exact reason. I mean, because I feel like no matter how good the plastic is, it still somewhat picks up fingerprints, you know, if you're looking for it. So
I was very impressed with getting the black unit of all things and it not being smudgy. I mean, that was one of the main things in my review this week. I was like, it's not smudgy, but I'm hearing from many other reviewers that it is smudgy. So I'm like, what's the deal? What's happening? Is my house just too dry? Do I need to add some wetness in my life? Do I need a humidifier? I'm not sure. I'll report back on that one. But thanks for.
Well, I mean, I live in a dry climate though, so I don't know.
Is your house wet? Is your house wet? Is there wetness?
I hope my house isn't wet. That usually indicates a problem with the house.
Is there mold?
No, I don't have any mold, so that's good.
What's the humidity?
Humidity in Arizona is like 5%. Usually.
Forget outside. What's inside your house? Give me the stats inside your house.
25%, 30%. Something
all right.
Like that.
I want to do like a.
And I'm a neat freak. I wash my hands all the time. You know, I mean, I'm doing this whole Gridfinity thing now with my 3D printing. You know, I'm organizing everything.
Yeah, that's.
So,
I mean,
you know, I try to baby my handhelds, but I mean, this one has not been wiped down in a month. So I mean, you know, it's smudgy, but it could be worse, I guess. You know, it's just
I think you got wet walls. I think we got to do a teardown on your house. What's going on?
Yeah.
I think
I personally like the indigo. That's my go-to color.
Ban would disagree.
Yeah, I feel like out of the bunch, the white's probably going to be the one that's going to have
white's
the least,
gorgeous.
Like, it's gorgeous. So nice.
It's so clean looking, which I love. I love that look.
Well, thank you for catching us up. Ban, what have you been up to? We haven't seen you since
I
don't know, New Year's, the big giveaway, right?
Yeah, our last episode of last year.
Yeah, because unlike some people, I didn't get a chance to go to CES this time. So next year I'm planning on going next year. Hopefully nothing comes up. It was probably a good thing I did not go this year though. Because not to like get into too many details, but that week I was having a couple of health issues, but now I'm back at it again. And
oh no.
So I've just been working away.
Are you feeling okay? Good. You're feeling better now.
Yeah. Like if I had gone, I think I would have been suffering the whole time more than you guys.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you stayed behind then, and hopefully we get you next year. Dude, we were even talking about doing like an RH meetup somewhere this year, inviting our patrons and folks out somewhere, I don't know, Midwest maybe, somewhere where like that's central where everyone can get to easy.
Somewhere remote,
somewhere in the middle of nowhere, where no one
doesn't sound very inviting.
So no one can find you. I can finally, capture you, get you back in my attic. I got to stop saying my schemes out loud. Is the problem.
Yeah, you keep saying that, and like I just know, hey, maybe I should avoid that now.
I vote for Nebraska. Nebraska sounds cheap, so let's go there.
Yeah, dude, Nebraska.
They have some sand dunes there, so you go those.
Nebraska has an awesome Walmart. I went there in 2002, and I drove through all the forums, and I got office space. My very first DVD, mind you. I bought it with my own money. I was like 16 or something, and visiting a girlfriend at the time. She actually dumped me on the trip. I flew out to Nebraska to visit this last, and she said no more. She was older, you see. And so I wasn't the cool guy. She was with the college dudes now. Nevertheless, I met some really cool dudes. They let me borrow their car, and I drove by myself in this dude's car to Walmart, bought Office Space on DVD, took it home, watched it on repeat, and got that relationship in probably 24 hours.
That's all you need. You just need some Office Space.
That's the best movie.
Damn.
The best.
That's awful.
I'm sorry. I just walked all over your
I want to go to Nebraska Furniture Mart, to be honest.
Dude, Furniture Mart.
Right? Let's go to Furniture Mart. We're gonna have RHCon in the Furniture Mart.
Ban scored me a DualSense PS5 30th anniversary controller, like the hard to find controller, right? He found it in Furniture Mart, just on the shelf.
Not just one, but two of them.
You bought two of them. You
Yeah.
didn't even keep one for yourself.
Because there's
you're
like 4
16.
people that live in Nebraska. That's why.
Hey, no.
Hey, now.
I mean, I think the population of the entire state is still less than like the capital of Oregon, but still, or Washington.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling better. And so what have you been up to otherwise? Like since then?
Just been adding in content onto the RH website, talking a lot about controllers, and well, I just did my impressions on the Odin 2 portal since that just kind of came in.
Yeah, check it out on our website. Your impressions, and we had completely different takeaways. It's really interesting to hear from different reviewers.
What about your ergonomics? How did you guys feel about ergonomics without the skin or anything like that?
Not great.
I don't like it.
Not great.
Interesting. Yeah, see, it didn't bother me too much. I found it to be, fine. I could use this handheld without anything added to it, and I'd be just fine with it. So it's interesting.
But Rob, let us see your hands. Let's take a good look at those.
My hands are beautiful. Thank you very much.
I didn't say they're
I have
not
beautiful
hands. Let me see the.
I have beautiful hands.
Let me see the structure of them.
What do you mean structure? I have thumbs too. See?
Yeah.
Oh, he has thumbs.
I have full thumbs.
Okay, can I see like your thumbs side by side to see like the height difference?
I like how you put them way lower.
Wait, how do I do this?
See, dude, mine.
What's going on with your thumbs?
Let's
see,
see.
I got gamer thumb. See how it curves? That's how you know you're.
I have different heights. Gamer. Different heights. And what do you got going on in your hands? Band's hands. Solid. Okay.
It's hard, right? It's hard to line up your thumbs.
There you go.
Solid.
I can't show the back because they've been suffering this winter, but
man,
I got normal thumbs.
But our hands are similar. So Rob's hands are maybe a little different. Would you say, Rob? Would you say that you have large size hands, medium? Like, what are we talking here?
I'd say medium.
All right.
Hands,
all
average.
Right. All right. See, so Portal is great for medium size hands, average hands.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call your hands average. For us large hand guys over here, it's a problem. We got to get that grip case.
You pointed off screen.
Yeah, whichever way he feels like pointing.
Wouldn't it be weird if I like pushed through and my hand just like went through somehow?
I just need to get some.
That's the real Portal.
Yeah, I think it's pretty comfy. You know, I don't know. I like it. It's good. Everything's accessible. You know. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty decent.
That's why it's good to watch a bunch of different reviewers.
And like the thing is, I said it's very subjective at the end of the day. I mean, everybody has different sized hands, so it's just, what works for me may not work for somebody else. That's the thing.
Let's see.
I am curious to see how it is with the shell on, though. I do think it will add a layer of comfort there for sure.
Wait a minute. I must welcome Clarissa.
All right.
Clarissa Carmichael, thank you for becoming a YouTube member of our ridiculous internet broadcast. We thank you. That is awesome. We'll even play. Do we have do we have the dance? That seems like it's dance worthy. Producer Sony.
We lost the thing.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
There we go. And producer Sony's back too. Welcome, producer Sony. We thank you for your amazing production skills. Oh, look at that. And there's my creepy AI body dancing. Coming more like him every day. Very good. Okay. Well, that's all well and good. But I'll let you guys know what I've been up to. Sony press remove. Yes. I have had an interesting couple of weeks. I got back from CES and I thought, finally, a year that I'm not going to get sick after this convention. And about 4 days went by and then bam, crazy yearly flu. I don't know what the hell. And I was just knocked out of commission. Not only that, but my wife and I started this thing called the Whole30 diet. Have you guys ever been on this diet before?
I've heard about it. I've never tried it myself, though.
So basically what it is you're for 30 days, you're trying to eliminate any allergens in your diet. So no dairy, no sugar, no alcohol, no wheat, and or no grains and no legumes. All the best stuff in life, pretty much.
I think that no dairy for me would be pretty tough for me.
It's been
other
tough.
stuff I don't really eat much as it is anyway. So
I didn't realize how much sugar is in like just like ketchup in every.
Oh yeah, it's
vitamins everywhere.
Yep.
So zero sugar, and I had the crankiest time getting weaned off of this stuff. And it, like about a week in, I was at the peak, like, screw this, I'm done. I had to go on a bunch of walks. I went on like some hikes. I'm like, God, this stupid diet, stupid. And then I got over the hump, and because my wife started it while we were at CES, so she got a head start on me. She's like, don't worry, you'll get past this. And I got past it, and now, dude, I feel really clear-headed. I don't feel bad. My body feels healthy. I have energy. I feel just, I don't have like any of my symptoms from all the food I was eating. And so we'll see. One of those things, one of those sugar or dairy or something's messing with me. So doing this for the next 10 more days, and then I'm over it, and reintroducing these foods. But it's been interesting, and I might continue on for a while because I feel pretty good. I don't know. That's basically what I've been.
Have you been visiting the bathroom less frequently?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, I mean,
I feel good.
That's something then, you know.
I feel good. So it's good. And I've been stoked too. Like, you know, I was out of energy for content and this show and stuff. I'm like, we have our yearly break. I was looking forward to that. And then I missed the show so bad. And it was weird going 2 Mondays without it. And then, you know, I was just so ready for today and excited. So let's,
it's funny. I think doing the podcast helps pump me up for my own just content creation. So I just
same. Yeah, same. And also, as far as my content goes, I'm just working on this eGPU from Ayaneo. I love this thing.
I think it's just
say what you will.
It's amazing.
It sure is a looker.
Say what you will about Ayaneo.
The graphics starship.
Yeah, say what you will about Ayaneo and their handhelds. But when it comes to an eGPU, this thing like takes off. Like it is a space, and it's designed like, and it has the exhaust coming out the back like a real spaceship. Like 16-year-old me back when I was in Nebraska and had my girlfriend who I lost overnight. I ran into her at a dance club years later, and I was like, nah. She was trying to say hi. I was like, nah, I went the Office Space route. We're good here. I just think that it's so dorky looking and awesome. It has this turbo button, and it has magnets. For some reason they have their emblem.
That's how they got them.
That's how they attaches. No. Get this. So it has a 7600, XT. That's fine, all well and good. But it has a freaking SD card slot hidden behind the front, the driver's seat. So I put a 2 terabyte in there naturally. Oh, God. And it has a 2280 SSD down here. And naturally, I put in a 4 terabyte Samsung.
That thing has more storage than my desktop computer.
Yeah, same.
So I put in 6 terabytes of storage in here, hooked it up to my Ayaneo Kun, which already had 4 terabytes and a 1.5 terabyte SD card. So I have
too much power there, Stubbs. You need to be a little more responsible.
I have a 12 terabyte handheld battle station, dudes.
Now
12 terabytes.
That's before they drop in that's before the drop in storage that you get, because nothing ever has as much storage.
I know. Okay.
It's like,
I guess
it's like taxes. It's not the full thing.
That's fine, dude. This is but let me tell you, it works well enough and good on like the Ayaneo 2S and the Kun and all the Ayaneo handhelds. But you know what it works the best on? You want to take a guess?
Claw.
Yeah, the MSI Claw. That's right. Not the new one. I have the new 7-inch Claw, by the way, here for review. I have a video coming out this week on the new 7-inch, and that's pretty sweet, all that. But it doesn't work so well in there. It's kind of wonky. On the original Claw, another reason to get the original Claw, it just plug it in, even though it's an Intel thing. You don't have to install AMD drivers. You just plug it in. It works. It's incredible. Awesome. I'll have to add an affiliate link now. I got all hyped up on this now. I didn't mean to talk about it.
Apparently, they're on sale right now.
What?
Too Loud says they're on sale. So
they're $599, which is $100 cheaper, I noticed, than like the GPD G1, $100 cheaper than the 1X GPU.
That's interesting.
And also, I mean, I think it's the cheapest eGPU you can get right now. So I finished filming this video last night, and I am very stoked on this. I've never messed with an eGPU before, and now I'm like, why have I been sleeping on this for like 5 years?
Especially with all the x86 handhelds that we come across, it just seems like the perfect marriage between the two. I mean, it just seems so logical to do that.
It took every game that was hitting like 30, maybe 40 FPS, every game to 60 FPS, no matter what game I threw at it, no matter what handheld I plugged it into that it works with. It has Thunderbolt 4 and Oculink, and it comes with that Oculink cable. But no matter what game, it just automatic 60 FPS at almost highest graphics settings. Now the 7600 XT is not all that in a bag of chips, mind you. Like, it's not the best. The 7800 is now the new hotness. I get that, but it's my 60 FPS machine, and there's a button. You just push the button, 60 FPS, play the game. So that's what I've been up to this week. Yeah, it's been fun. And Sony, I think you have what? We have a graphic. Oh yeah, there you go. Nebula Red. So they have this, and it's $599, which I guess is the cheapest price and a reasonable price if you want a big boost in performance. Totally not necessary, by the way. Like, not necessary at all. It defeats the purpose of a handheld really being mobile. Silly, but
no, this is totally for when you're docking it.
Yeah,
you know, that's the whole idea behind it.
Yeah, I just like the storage and like the array of ports on the back. So I'll just keep chilling on this unless I shut up and move on. So, okay, stay tuned for my video though. I go all into this. Yeah. All right, guys. Do you want to talk about? I guess while we're on Ayaneo, should we just talk about the Ayaneo 3 that was also announced while we were out this month? So the world's first modular handheld, so they say, and by that they mean that they actually have these two modules. So if you want D-pad up top, you can have that. If you want joystick up top, you can have that. If you want dome joystick or dome D-pad, you get that. Same thing with the right side, different styles. There's also like touchpads. So like, let's play that video real quick. This thing looks bonkers. Problem is, 8840U is nice and cheap at like $699, or $600. But if you want that brand new hotness for the AI 370, $1,300.
I don't think I've seen anyone come under $1,200 on that thing. So it's just an expensive chip, and I don't think it's worth the extra amount of money coming from a $699 SKU to go into $1,200, $1,300. It doesn't. I don't think it offers enough of a jump in performance to make it worth that price.
Yeah, and it's so extravagant. 8840U. I mean, you might be better served, honestly, with just an Ayaneo 2S for hundreds of dollars less. Unless you really need this modularity, which may come with its own problems, as we've been talking.
Because it relies on the Ayaneo software, and not only that, but I guess it's a mechanism that pops them out or whatever. And I'm like, the two combined sounds like a nightmare waiting to happen. Something will fail in between all of that, and so it'll be interesting to see how this all ends up going. Oh man, I do want to see someone do 12 face buttons though. I need to live to see that.
It's only going to cost an extra $100 on top of it.
It's worth it. Do it. Someone out there, please do it. Buy 2 module sets and give us 12 face buttons.
Look at that. Look at that. You can flip those off. I know the face button thing is cool because you can make it into like a Sega Saturn style, like 6-button layout, right?
Yeah.
There's a module that's the 6 face buttons. Yep. But
the modules, if you want them, are $100 extra to even get the extra ones, right?
So that $699 price is just for the handheld, and then it's $100 more for the kit that has all the different modules in it.
Okay,
and so you are looking at least $800 on the low end in terms of just getting into this with the modules.
And you're gonna get that black Ayaneo smudgy plastic, unfortunately, at these lower price points. If you want the non-smudgy, sorry, Ban, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, if you want the 8840U, your only option is the black model.
Correct. Yes.
Which sucks. And so you might as well, if you're going to go this far, you might as well get the new AI 370, which is a very capable chip.
Wait, I'm a liar.
Oh, no.
They added there's a retro power version as well for the very top end of the 8840U.
There you go.
For $1,200.
No, see, dude, if you're spending $1,200,
You might as well go for the newest chip. Yeah,
go for the more
sure.
go for the more power efficient chip, dude. The 370 SIPS battery, much better than the 8840U. And the 8840U isn't that much better than the 7840U, so might as well just go with the latest gen, right? And even though if you're already spending over $1,000 on a handheld, what is another, $300? I don't know. I don't know.
That is
the 370 to me is not worth the asking price. So I just don't think it offers enough over the 8840U.
It's because of all those AI features, right? Is why they price them so dang high.
Yeah. I feel like that's what it is, even though no one's actually gonna say it, and we probably won't know why it's so expensive.
I also think partly just AMD is trying to test the market and see what they can command in terms of the APU pricing.
Well,
They were always the affordable option. They were always the best bang for the buck. And now, now that they're sort of a little bit of the leader in terms of APUs, integrated graphics, I think they're trying to see how far they can go with that in terms of pricing.
And if you want the white SKU, I mean, you have to, the starting point for that is like what, $1,500? Is that right? $1,600.
Is that the cheapest one with the white SKU? That's
what it looks like to me.
Wow.
Because if you want that beautiful, perfect, clean look, which is usually they'll lock the retro power behind the highest price point.
Yeah, usually they do black and whites simultaneously, and then they do retro power as the premium color, I guess.
Yeah.
And what's all this talk about the smudging on the plastics on the Ayaneo DMG? This was all going down as we were going into CES, and I know we talked about it in person, but we haven't really had a chance to discuss this yet as a group. But I mean, what's up with all that? Are we going to see those plastics? Because Arthur says they're going to do that to the retro power now too. Are we going to see those plastics on the new 3, you think? Or you think they're going to give us what we had in the Ayaneo 2S, which is much more nice feeling?
I wish they would be a little more consistent about the plastics that they're using in terms of their manufacturing. Because I mean, a brand that's trying to position themselves as a premium brand, they should have more of that language across the board. So you should know what you're getting in terms of the plastics on all of their devices, and it shouldn't be just this, kind of, oh, I don't know what I'm getting this time around.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's just very odd. And they're doubling down too, right? Because Arthur's is doubling down saying, no, it's better. These are better plastics. Actually, we actually spent more money to give you this glossy coating. Somehow it's going to make the handheld last longer, but it feels awful in the hands, and everybody knows that now. And
I mean, it's just crazy to me when we see devices that are much cheaper that have better plastics on the black, at least, so it's just, it's interesting. Black is tricky because it will show those fingerprints more so than the other colors. So there needs to be more attention, paid to that plastic more so than any of the other colors, honestly. And their black has just been notoriously just smudgy and fingerprinty. So it's just,
But other manufacturers have done black colorways without the smudginess. I'm talking, hey, my AYN Portal 2 or AYN Odin 2 Portal, not smudgy. All other,
for me, the Retro Pocket 5 comes to mind in terms of the black. The 5 had pretty good plastic on that. It was kind of interesting. I don't know how they did that.
Even the Pimax Portal isn't too bad in comparison, anyways, to Ayaneo here.
Yeah.
And so, but we don't know, right? Like we haven't had any early review units of this. I put in a request for one, so we'll see. But I don't know what plastic. I just really, really hope they didn't go with that more expensive, quote unquote, premium coating, because it sucks. Like, it sucks.
I mean, I have a rule that when it comes to Ayaneo devices, I pretty much always go for the white or whatever premium, retro power that they have. I tend to ignore the black SKUs because I can't stand devices that have fingerprints all over it. So
me too. It's just, and people who are listening at home are like, why do they go on and on about the smudginess, about the fingerprints? What's the big deal? And maybe it's a thing of us being reviewers and being in the space long enough.
I've always been that way personally. I mean, even before all this YouTube stuff, I like my devices.
You like them clean, right? We're generally clean nerds, right? We're cleanly we're cleanly people, and so we like to have our devices be clean. The device should not be the one to create the dirtiness. and that smudginess, the oily feeling, you know what I mean? And especially, it's one thing on Android handhelds that maybe won't get so hot. On Windows handhelds, they get very hot sometimes. The smudginess and the oily factor jumps up by tenfold, and it's just gross. Have you seen an Ayaneo black SKU after you played on it for a few hours?
It's awful.
It's
I mean,
disgusting.
I saw Mikhailov's Kun that was in black. It was awful. I mean,
people are
it's pretty bad.
CapMax Gaming here is ribbing us. I appreciate that. We're the flagship Handhelds podcast. You know, yeah, I always said,
all things considered, though, that $6.99 SKU is actually not badly priced. That's the whole irony here is that you're getting 8840U handheld with an OLED display. I mean, specs are pretty good for it, so it's kind of interesting. I mean, but
Zoo's telling us that we're being boring right now. And also Maxter giveaway. Yeah, so we're going to post the details for the giveaway as soon as this episode ends. It's all going to be in the description. And I'll go over again at the end of the show how to enter into that. So everyone's going to have a fair chance. This keyboard's awesome. We'll take a look at. Actually, I don't know if it's awesome. I haven't used it before.
Well,
but we'll find out.
Same. It's the same as the other.
We'll find out. We'll find.
You will find out for sure.
I will find out, and you will know, and we will find out together.
I will know when you send it to me.
Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will, cowboy. All right.
We're not going back to that. We're not doing that again.
Enough of this. Enough of this high-end PC stuff, right? People probably want to hear about some nonsense like the maybe the XU, the new MagicX.
Yeah,
talk about that. It's a little cute little Android handheld. So this is hot off the heels of their XU.
Kind of like this thing here. This crazy thing here.
Yeah, right.
Like, look at this dongle action I got going on with this.
What
thing.
in the world? That's the XU Mini.
This is the original one.
The XU Mini M,
which we all thought had one chipset, and then it turns out it had the 3326 again.
Yeah,
we talked to them.
Yeah,
we talked to these dudes and said, hey, you know, they want to send us review units, and I said, hold on, that'd be really cool. Like, let's talk about this, but can you confirm before you ship it that it has the chipset that it says on the box? Like, does it actually have this? What was it? It's not the Touch 135.
It's the
Sony. This is another one though that's coming.
The MagicX Mini 28 is supposed to have the all-winner A133P that we've seen in like the TrimUI Brick, the TrimUI Smart Pro.
I like Andrew's little shout out to me in that article though.
Yeah, he called you an oddball.
Yeah. Like,
hey, Schmups are fantastic.
Oddballs like Rob the Retro Tech Dad. Yeah, you can just, there's not a lot out there yet on it. So we all have review units on the way for the 28. We actually have like, I don't know, 20 of them going out between a bunch of different reviewers. So you'll be seeing a lot of content on this immediately. So this is an Android handheld, and it's not this one. Again, what you see on the screen is not at all. We're going to take that off the screen. Not at all what we're talking about. It's a little Android handheld in about the same size.
It looks very much like the M. It's just they went back and really refined everything about it. I mean, they really spent a lot of time with this the past few months.
Yeah,
I think it was supposed to drop like back in October, and then they just kept going and going on with it. So
they've been cooking on it, and they promised that it has the chipset that they claim,
the all-winner. Yep.
That they've checked all the QA stuff, that there will be no surprises for us, that it'll show up and be the specs that they say. So we'll see. Having Android's very interesting, and it's a nice little chipset in there. And so yeah, we're gonna see. It's coming in at $55, which is what makes it interesting. A $55 mini that has a little bit of oomph as far as that price point goes. And so yeah, we're getting excited for this one. We'll share it on screen as soon as producer Sony can track it down. There's not a lot out there on it yet. We'll kind of you're not going to see a lot about it until our videos start to pop up. But yeah, let's see if he pulls it up.
I mean,
let me stare at the invisible watch on my arm.
I'm kind of looking forward to it, mostly because like
me too.
It's supposed to be Android, I believe.
I know, I love that.
But like really tiny Android, since it's the same basic. the Mini M, having it just like
Just the potential of that is going to be a lot of fun to mess around with, honestly.
Yeah, I actually ordered another Mini M because I want back in the mindset of this handheld a little bit more, and I miss it. I was a little bit not sure about when that chipset thing happened, but I loved it for what it was anyways. You know what? It was a good size. The ergonomics are nice. The sticks are really nice. The buttons feel good, and screen's decent. It's just sort of a small screen for my eyeballs.
Your old eyes.
It was my personal favorite mini handheld out of the three that we had come out around the same time. But you know,
I got my prescription adjusted a bit so I can see clearer now. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I can see little screens a lot better now. So I'm like, let's send to that Mini. Let's take a little look-see. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have. Well, you know what? Let me pull it up. I actually have all the material on it. Let me give me 1 second. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, MagicX has been cooking on this for a while, and I think devs have it in their hands. They've been cooking with it as well. They've been showing off kind of a lot of things that they've been doing. I know they spent a lot of time getting that D-pad just right. So, yeah, I think they really are trying to.
There you go.
After what happened with the last device, I think they really want to put out their best effort with this one. I think they have a lot to prove here. So, and everybody's paying close attention to them. So that's the thing.
Yeah, and it starts. Okay, so here you go. Here we go, everybody. We have it up on screen. So this is the 64 gig is $59. If you get the 16 gigabyte, it is $55. But
it's sold out. Yep,
they're sold out in blacks. Do they have purple or glacier? Maybe the purple is really nice. Look at that deep dark.
I love that purple.
That's the one I got. That's
the one I asked for.
And the glacier's not bad either. But tech specs on this are coming in, again, just like the Trim UI brick. So we're looking at that all-winner. But it has a 2.8-inch IPS display, OCA full lamination, 640 by 480. It has 2 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. It does have 2.4 gig Wi-Fi on it. So, you know, that's good. Get your retro achievements going on. It has a new software called the Dawn Launcher, and they're collecting feedback in our Discord right now if you want to see more about that. It has stereo speakers, 2,900 milliamp hour battery life, which is decent for what that size is.
Yeah, that's pretty typical in terms of the other devices in that segment as well.
Yeah, and it's only 129 grams, which is great weight-wise. So this is one that we'll see. Tentatively, it looks awesome for the price.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I haven't really seen looking around is a mention of a touch screen.
Yeah.
And that's the one point I do get a little bit worried with, especially on Android.
Yeah, can you clarify? Because I also heard what Satiric heard. Dong launcher.
The Dong launcher. Yeah, so the Dong launcher actually is the sequel to Band's Dongle Tower. And it's a pretty.
I thought maybe Band had a hand in development of that OS.
Band's hand has a hand in everything. Yeah. We'll see. I really hope it has a touchscreen. Well, I think it'll be here any day now. They shipped it out a few days ago. So there's
mine
that.
Is on a plane apparently right now, or at least departing the airport, something like that.
Ooh, maybe mine is too.
You know what we should do? Remember when we did like group live streams on new stuff that would come in? This is a great handheld to before making our videos. Like, what if we just got together, did a longer live stream? People asked us, please still do 2-3 hour live streams. I think a device live stream would be perfect for that length of time. And trust me, looking at the clock now, we're already going to run over an hour tonight. Don't worry.
No kidding. I knew 1 hour was impossible.
I blame Stubbs.
The ADD wins this time. That's right. That's right. Let's talk about the Switch 2, though. This is one that dropped out of nowhere. In fact, Nintendo had zero fanfare, it seems like, about this. There was no...
Because so much of it was leaked already. That's the biggest issue with it.
They just like casually dropped a YouTube video and then walked away.
There were people 3D printing like models of the Switch 2.
Yeah, love it. I love it.
Everybody knows everything already. So basically, it's gone from a 7-inch to an 8-inch. Strangely, it's gone backwards from an OLED to back to an IPS.
Well, I mean, that's on purpose. I mean, they need to.
They're going to release a Super Switch,
of course.
So, I guess it has a nice big kickstand, which I love kickstands, so that's great. I like that. The magnets they have magnets now. The magnets look strong.
You're always
That
here for the
kickstand looks
magnets.
so much better than the original one.
Way
That original
better.
kickstand was so awful.
It has, I guess, potentially Hall sticks, but it looks like the same usual Joy-Con sticks that we've seen. So I really hope there's actual improvements there, and that we're not.
I can't get a good sense of the sticks here. Like to me, in the render, it looks just like the same old Switch sticks to me, but I just can't get a good sense of them.
Right? Yeah, it's. I can't either. It looks like the same old sticks, but I really hope they improved it because stick drift really drove a lot of people crazy, me included, on the original Switch. So they still have the separated D-pad.
Yep.
Still have the detachable controllers. And what's interesting is that they actually called it the Switch 2.
Which has never been done.
They've never had a second.
Never
been done. And
they are playing it very safe with this one. And I mean, rightfully so. The first one was very successful. So.
I like how we got to see those Joy-Cons drift over.
Yeah, we saw them drift just now. I wonder if they do have a mouse mode like they were just showing, or if that's just an animation. I'm not sure. But it's still exciting. The price point, it's going to be potentially competitive. Did they release the price by now?
So there's a lot of discussion about what the price will be.
Some leaked pricing, who
What's
knows
the leaked? What's the leaked?
I believe it's $399 is the leaked price.
Yeah, I think it was like in the 400s in terms of
in the 400s.
I think it was like
that's for different regions though. So
so I guess it depends on
for the non-OLED $400 for a Switch. Never mind. Well, you know what? This is.
What do you mean? The Ayaneo 3 is $699.
No. We're talking about two different segments here, man. We're talking about completely different segment. Nintendo's always marketed to the casual gamer, right? It just seems, I don't know. It's just a rumor, so we'll see. But at least it's backwards compatible with your Switch library for the most part. And so you can just stick with your original Switch and continue to play games. The software is where Nintendo shines, and you can still play those games. At some point, I'm sure you can't play Switch 2 games on Switch 1 or at all, but
I would say probably not at all.
Probably not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But you can play Switch 1 on Switch 2, except for like Labo and.
So we're gonna have all these websites quoting you now tomorrow.
We're not quotable. Nobody
Switch 2 games.
Nobody watches. Nobody watches this. Nobody quotes us. Like, come on. When have we ever been quoted?
Wow.
Come on.
Okay. Outside of by the community, not as much. The community though.
Notebook check. Notebook check likes to quote us.
Well, Alex and I, Notebook Check, had a good talk about everything, and I think that our two news organizations are ready to have a bright future. In collaboration, rather than the kerfuffles of last year. But this has been very, very interesting, to say the least. Very kind of also ho-hum for Mini, because it's just kind of like, all right, they played it safe. Yeah. It's the Switch 2. It has more power. It has the latest Tegra chip, right? It still has an NVIDIA.
It's an NVIDIA chip, yep.
Tegra chip.
It's supposed to be pretty powerful, too.
Pretty powerful. So, yeah. But we're not looking at 4K, right? We're looking at like 1080p 60.
I don't know what the rumors are in terms of performance. Do we know enough really about that?
Mega Barracuda, thanks for quoting us.
I know like people have been like heavily analyzing like just the Mario Kart footage, and I know some developers have been saying like what they're doing on screen would never be possible on a Switch. So there's definitely a lot happening that I think there's going to be a significant jump in terms of what we can do with the Switch 2.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see, everybody, and that's kind of all my thoughts for the moment.
It's interesting because I think I saw somewhere on the internet where someone said, "How come everyone's having this reaction to Nintendo doing a Switch 2, but it's okay when Sony goes from the PS4 to the PS5, and Xbox does the same thing too? They're just playing it safe, basically. It's a formula that works for them, so why change it too much, right?"
Yeah, because they've been so successful with the Switch, making so much money, that I get that. It's just that everybody in the gaming industry forever has looked to Nintendo for innovation in moving the technology forward. Interesting ideas. I mean, dude, the 3DS, when it came out, even though that ended up being a gimmick, it's still the Wii to the Wii U. They've just been known to just innovate out of left field with an entirely new design, and they finally settled on what we
This formula
already
is
knew.
so good. It did. It kickstarted this whole craze again with the handhelds again. So
they did innovate, and they finally found this end game form factor. Because look at all the third-party handhelds and all the emulation handheld, every handheld, PC handhelds, everything is in this style of form factor, minus your clamshells and whatnot. But even those are taking inspiration from the 3DS. Everybody takes inspiration from Nintendo. We give them a hard time. People said, you know what, you're gonna, you guys are trashing them, but you know you're gonna go buy it. They're right. I am going to buy this. I mean, I am. It's just, it's interesting, and I want to see like what this is, what it does. Can we hack it? Can we? I probably can't say that on YouTube videos anymore, but
you know, the whole backwards compatibility with Switch kind of tells me there's a reason why Nintendo has been very hard on all the emulation stuff. I think there's definitely some compatibility there in terms of code and whatnot.
Zoo's starting up the old VR rumors here. Remember when Pimax attempted that with their Portal?
Attempted. They never even did it. They never even released the damn VR feature. What a scam.
But it had so much VR functionality on it.
And it doesn't matter because there's magnets. So like I bought this for like $100 on a Newegg clearance sale just for, just to have a little magnet play. There's no harm in that. You know what? And also it's a handheld. It has
what if the crazy twist to this whole story is that Pimax comes back and sues Nintendo for the magnets?
God.
Now
it's fine.
Technically, Nintendo did try some like VR stuff with the original Switch, because I mean,
they did. What is it, the Labo stuff?
Yeah, there's Labo, but also wasn't there like someone can tell me if I'm crazy or the normal, but like wasn't there like a testing VR thing for like Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, it was like an experimental thing, I believe.
Yeah, it was like an experimental VR for Breath of the Wild, but it was like super hard to. Well, I mean, since it was such a low resolution screen, it was kind of hard when it was so close to your eyes.
Yeah, I mean the OG Switch is not designed to do VR. I could just imagine like a full blown experience, and I'd end up throwing up everywhere.
This reminds me too. This is so silly. I never realized in all the time having one of these that it could do that.
That's how I play mine.
It looks like that Steam Deck brick. You guys were talking to me about this before the show. Do we have a picture of that?
No.
You guys see this on Reddit?
No,
somebody disassembled their Steam Deck.
It's blasphemous.
This brick. Look at this thing. What is this?
This is the kind of stuff ban engages in. Murdering handhelds. How dare you?
I would never murder one. In their like, what was it? In their build, like, not a guide, but like their experience, they mentioned that like the screen was just broken, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Not like
okay, all right. It's I love that they just committed to it though, and I mean a bunch of news organizations picked it up. I saw it all over my Google feed in the last few days too. Yeah. And I hesitated to even click on it until you guys
look at all the guts he left on the side too. Just
massacred it. Seeing just how tiny the like motherboard of a Steam Deck is just kind of wild.
Really cool though. It is very cool.
Then he branded it. It's
the Steam Brick. I love it.
The Steam Brick. It's perfect. It's
3D
perfect.
printed like a whole shell with like a logo and everything.
This is what the Switch 2 should have been.
A brick?
Just a brick.
Switch brick.
The Switch brick. They'll brick it if you get caught hacking it though. So then it'll be a Switch brick. I'm sure it'll come with its whole own set of Nintendo-isms. They're gonna go after people in new ways, new fun, interesting ways. But hey, you know what? I bet because it's so close in style to the Switch one that people are going to get emulators going. They are going to get that hacking going. They are going to be giving us emulation on our Ayaneo devices and A1, all that good stuff.
Well, you know what it is. It's now the next milestone for emulation, right? Once the Switch 2 drops, that's what everyone's going to start to focus on.
That's it. All right,
moves
guys.
the needle forward for that, right?
Right. All right. Well, that's all well and good. So that's our news for the day. It went way longer than I meant it to. That's all right. Today we have Zoo from Zoo Reviews, who would love to share with you all his thoughts on this month's game of the month, which, by the way, is a very unique one. We don't have 3 games picked. It's kind of like choose your own adventure. So, Zoo, we have Zoo. Sony, can we patch him in?
Get him in here. Where is he?
Troll Buddy Zoo here, and I'm here to tell you about Game of the Month. Now, Game of the Month for January was a little bit different because it was a free-for-all. It's like going to an old country buffet. Remember those? You can get a little bit of steak, get some chicken, get some spaghetti. Sometimes you get some Chinese food, and you get salad. Maybe they even have cocktail shrimp. It's pick whatever you want, and that's what we did this month. You picked any game you hadn't finished yet. Now, that was kind of hard for me and a couple other people because there's not a lot of games we haven't finished, but we managed to pick. Now, I don't know how universal this one's going to be because the games I played are probably not the games you played. I played Metroid Fusion, and then I played Police Knots, and then I finished out with my third game, Mother 3. Huh? You like that? Now, Metroid Fusion is a Metroid game, and you go around, you're Samus Aran, and you pew, pew, pew. But this time, you lost your suit. You got infected with a real weird virus, and the only thing that could cure you was a little baby Metroid. How about that? But now, you have all the attributes of the Metroid. You can absorb powers, but you're weak to cold. Seems like a pretty cool game. Oh, by the way, there's evil Samus Aran clones running around this abandoned space station, and they're trying to kill you. It's spooky. It's Metroid Dread before Metroid Dread exists. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Up next, for me at least, was Police Knots. Now, Police Knots is like Snatcher. We all like Snatcher, but it's like Snatcher in space. It's basically a buddy cop movie. It's Lethal Weapon, but it's in space. And it's like a point and click kind of console adventure game. And I'm really underselling it because it's amazing. Now, some people get mad because there's a honka honka mechanic to the game. You don't have to do it, but everyone does it. And there's a part where if you drink too much space milk, then the entire rest of the game has diarrhea dialogue options because apparently you're lactose intolerant. But you're a space cop with your other buddy, Danny Glover, Space Danny Glover. You're Space Mel Gibson, and Space Danny Glover and you team up to take down an evil corporation. It's stupid. It's really aged poorly as far as the plot and some of the plot elements. I give it a 10 out of 10. I really liked it. And then Mother 3, where's Terry Crews? He wants him to localize it. Well, guess what, Terry? It's been localized by a bunch of nerds on the internet. Mother 3, I'm sure if you're watching this podcast, you know what Mother 3 is. It's Earthbound 3. If you liked Earthbound, then Mother 3 is more of the same, but better. They kept all the weird, anachronistic inventory crap inventory management. It's a pain in the butt to do inventory in this game. Each person holds like 10 things, and you constantly got to go find some vagabond who has a camper, and you give him your stuff. You say, don't sell this, and he says, I mean, to his credit, he doesn't sell, at least that I know of. You got to talk to a frog to get money. But besides all that crap, all the stuff they put in on purpose to make it extra earthboundy, it's amazing. It's 10 out of 10 game, easy. The story? You feel so bad for these people. You connect with them. There's a monkey. You think this monkey's going to be an amazing part of my party. He goes off with his girlfriend and never comes back. Spoilers. But you're not too mad because you feel good for the monkey. He escaped the bad guy. He rescued his girlfriend. And everything has a happy ending. But you know what doesn't have a happy ending is the game. It's a very adult game for the Game Boy Advance. Not adult in the sense of Police Knots, honka honka, but adult in the sense of this doesn't have a very happy ending. Everything doesn't always work out for the best. Huh? Sometimes you got to learn those life lessons through personal tragedy. Sometimes you have to learn those life lessons through a Game Boy Advance game. So those are my 3 games. Glad to see everyone again. I still have my cowboy hat that I got from Lenovo. Thanks again, Lenovo Katie, for the invitation. I know you watch. She says she watches it at 1.5 speed to save time, but I think she slows them down for the zoo segments. That's what I hope, at least. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good podcast. I hope Stubbs hasn't said anything uncouth. I hope Rob has said "oh no" at least 5 times. And Ban, I hope he's still in there. You know, I hope he's still kicking Good luck, man. It takes a lot to manage these two idiots. Anyway, we'll see you next time, and bye. Troll buddy.
I gotta say, this last trip was an experience with Zoo.
Oh,
It was incredible. Good times.
Feels so bad. I messed up. Sony and I were fighting to play the file. I messed up his oh hi. I got to hear it a clean, unfiltered. Here we go.
Howdy, Troll buddy Zoo here.
oh, it's not.
Oh, it was oh howdy. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Hey, there we go. We met our quota. Okay. Thank you, Stu.
He's right though.
Oh hi. We heard that so much, and Andrew was rolling laughing throughout the entire CES trip when hearing Zoo say that in person.
Tearing.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. It was sponsored by Zoo is correct. That's right. But you know what? This episode kind of is sponsored by AKNES, our favorite brand who brings us things from Ghoulie Kit and Retro Flag and 8-bit dough. You guys ready for this? That's right. Look at this keyboard. Huh? Green. Xbox edition. Great. Let's find out. Let's open the box and find out what's inside. Switch to my handy dandy other view. Oh, segue. There we go. Get out of here, Sonic.
Absolute top-notch segue.
Hey, don't disrespect the Sonic.
Sorry. Come on here now. I need my knife. That's not a knife. That's scissors. That's not a knife. That's not a knife. Now that's a knife. Okay. Why is it when I have less sugar, I have even more energy that's unhinged?
It was pretty bad at CS though. We were all starting to speak in cowboy accents.
We did. We were all cowboys by the end of the week.
Did you guys see that they have a Saturn version of this coming out?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that thing looks beautiful.
Rob, you need one.
They're only going to make the 1994 units though.
Yeah, so you gotta get in while you can.
1994 is when the
someone's
Sony...
gonna beat me to with those bots, man.
Buy 2 units and resell one.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
I think it's a pre-order though.
Yeah, man. You want to do it. 1994 is when
Nice.
the Sony PlayStation came out, by the way, originally in Japan.
Yeah, Rob, you can pre-order. You can get it right now. It's just right there and available.
Band likes trains.
Really?
Yeah,
It's open.
What
This
kind
actually
of, what kind of scam are they running there?
it's on their website, but like,
No, we have a link in our description. It's $120. But if you want to wait and support AKNES, they'll have it very, very soon. They also have a mouse that matches this, by the way, that I'll be unboxing probably the next show or so. So let's look at the whatnots of this thing. So apparently it has Kale Jellyfish X switches inside, hot swappable PCB, aluminum plate, N key rollover, 87 keys, double layered ABS, 3 modes, programmable keys, top mount style, RGB backlight. Don't need that anymore.
now it's important to mention that unlike every other 8-bit keyboard so far, this one does have RGB.
Oh man, look at that color.
Emo.
Why?
Emo. 404.
No, he's ruining it.
No.
Oh, that's
Can we have Dan do the unboxing next time? This is no.
Yeah, AKNES starts sending me the things instead.
Oh, we gotta have the power
Desecrating
key.
this thing.
No, the nuclear.
I'm about to go nuclear if he puts the sticker on bad.
Oh.
I'm gonna put it on great, dude. Look at that. Clean. Come on, man. Okay, what else we got in the box?
He's really
Game Pass. How many months? What are we doing here? 1 month trial? No, get out of here. We get hotkeys. That's great. Sweet. Dudes.
Is this the giveaway keyboard?
No, this is my keyboard.
Someone doesn't want to win.
Maybe I'll send it to you.
Okay. No, now I don't want.
But hey, look at this. You get your big programmable
Stubbs,
macro
you're banned
buttons.
from sending me anything.
What?
Just-
Look, you get green cord with this, Rob,
Oh.
just like the original Xbox. This
By
actually
the way-
is
That's
a
actually
real Xbox collaboration, by the way.
By the
It's
way,
not
you
just
can take those giant buttons off.
what?
Oh, the
Now
Switch
you
came with
now
it.
you tell me?
Oh, the Switch came with that one too.
It's amazing. Amazing,
gosh.
I tell you. So that'll
I-
plug in the back, and so you can program it to do what you want. You don't need that anymore. Look at this. You get a little Xbox green style cord, which is great. But yeah. Oh, no, I need that. We got to light this thing up. Come back here.
Plug her in, boy.
Plug her in. Plug her in.
Oh, those are the honka honka Zoo was talking about.
You know it.
This is
Okay,
great.
so let's see. Let's see this thing light up. Is it wireless too? Oh, we get the dongle. Look at that.
It's wait. This one's transparent.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you
It
need
is.
it for your dongle collection for the dongle
Hey,
tower.
Yeah, Stubbs, can you
Look at
send me
that.
the keyboard?
Oh,
I need
look.
the dongle.
Look at that. You can see what's inside.
He's
And,
gonna send you the keyboard
buttons.
without the dongle like he usually does.
Hold on Let's get more light on this. We really got to see just the bedazzled
That color's great.
I
color
love
on
that
this thing.
green. I am a green man. I love green.
Yeah. You're green with envy right now.
Well, yeah, because I need you to send me this keyboard.
Well,
You already have the C64 one. You don't need another one.
maybe I like this one better. I don't
How
know.
many keyboards do you have, Ben? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Um. Oh.
As many handhelds?
No. 9. I have
Turn it
9
on.
keyboards.
Man, your words per minute must be insane.
There's an Xbox button, guys.
I can do about 100 or so.
Oh, that's weak. You gotta get
That's
those
what-
Oh no! No!
Beautiful.
Now,
Oh, they knew
wait,
what
are
you were gonna do.
Are you happy now?
Brilliant.
Are you happy now?
I
I'm
am
very
happy now.
I'm very happy
how-
right now.
Look how corporate Xbox it is.
Oh.
Microsoft would be very happy to know that just happened. I'm sure. Great. Whatever. I didn't plug it in all the way. That's the problem.
Uh,
There we go. I
I'm
heard a
here to
little.
tell you about Game of the Month. Now, Game of the Month for
Nope. Okay, so let's look at this.
wow, look at that glow.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna turn my lights down so you can see it a little more proper. But look at that, everybody. I mean, I'm sure you can change the brightness because actually to my eyeballs, it's not.
It's
very
really
bright.
bright.
Hold on. Change ISO change.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Huh? Oh wait, actually, it's plugged in, so yeah. Let me pull up something that I'm not going to break.
So nothing.
Let me get my. You got to hear these clacks, guys. Got to get my mic out here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, do we know what type of switches it uses?
They're
Kale?
they're the clear kale jellyfish X switches.
Man, those are nice.
Thok.
I don't think that's a thok. That's a clack.
It has 2.4. It has Bluetooth option, or it has just wired plug mode, and you can configure stuff. And it is very handy dandy. I bet you can configure these lights to be a little bit different though, and it looks like they're not RGB. Maybe they are. I gotta look at the manual. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
He calls himself an unboxing guy.
you're the unboxer.
Well, we know who the real professional.
I barely know how to work a box.
Yeah, it's RGB, like full RGB.
Full RGB. All right. So let's see. What are the hotkeys there? Okay, increase brightness, backlight brightness, function plus F6. All right.
Andrew expense 2 of them.
Doop. Function. How do I function? Where is the function button?
Function is
There's no function button.
How do we tell him, Rob? How do we tell him?
I don't know. You break it to him.
What? Tell me
I don't
what?
think I have the heart to
It's
to
your A and
shatter
B
his world.
buttons on
I
the
have to-
bottom.
A and B. Oh, here.
Yes.
All right, man.
The any key.
All right, man.
Have you tried
Uh,
B?
Okay.
Excuse me?
Listen, Einstein. I don't think that worked. Okay. Do you see any changes to these light bulbs here?
Just keep moving your finger around on the bottom. It'll get one of them. Okay, not the space bar. It's in the bottom row, Stubbs. If he's
Hold
not,
on.
He's not gonna get this, Rob. Should we just? Can I walk away and like when I come back, he'll have it done?
Does it actually have a Windows logo on the bottom on the left?
Stop ribbing me for 1 minute.
It does have a Windows key, but like
It does have a Windows key. Reduce backlight brightness. Function plus F5. But what is the function button? Let me look at this. Oh,
It's got to be
no.
in one of the standard locations on the bottom.
You'd think so. You'd think as much, right? But fast key mapping. Oh, is it the star? No.
I'm just gonna watch, honestly.
Where's the any key?
What's that any key?
Oh, function. It's right there. It says it. It's just a labeled key on the keyboard. Still doesn't work. Why?
Rob, I think we can leave.
Anyways, we'll figure this out another time, everybody. We don't need to. We're already over an hour. Okay.
And it's done.
That's it. So there No. There you go. 8-bit Do keyboard. So you might be wondering, if you want to have this, we are giving away 2 of them. Rules are, they'll be in the description after the episode is over here. But preliminarily, is that a word? Preliminarily? Preliminarily, they are going to be like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already, and just leave a comment in our comment section, not in live chat after the video, after the live stream's over. Second thing is just join the AKNES Discord, which I will link again after the episode's over. Join the Discord, and after that, I'm just going to load up all the comments from this video into our randomizer wheel next week, where we'll announce the winner. And I'm just going to verify that you've joined the AKNES Discord, and in your comment, make sure to leave your Discord name so I can match your comment to your Discord name to confirm that you're in the AKNES Discord, that all the rules have been met, all that stuff. Then we're going to draw 2 winners, and AKNES is going to ship it directly to you, to your house, and you too will help me figure out how to change the backlight brightness. Please let me know. I don't know. I'm not very good with keyboards, but I do like handhelds. So, keep watching my content. It'll be fine, everybody. It's good. That's enough of that. One more thing before we get out of here tonight is I have been dying to talk about this. I really want to talk about this, and you know what it is. The GameSir SuperNova. This is one I've had since December, and I've been playing a bunch of games with this. This has been like, I've really gotten into streaming and Moonlight lately, and so what I've been doing is with my Surface Laptop 7, which is an ARM Snapdragon chipset. Gaming doesn't work well on there. There's not great compatibility on Steam or anything. But what has been great is using this controller and then streaming over Moonlight or GeForce Now, and then just playing games on that laptop on my couch while I'm doing my dad stuff, hanging out with my kids, and just kind of fitting gaming into my life a little bit more. Which I have been playing games in the last month, by the way, but there's not enough time to go over all that today. We'll talk more about that later. So, the Nova, right? This looks like your standard Xbox style controller. What makes it special, and let's turn my microphone back up. Not only do you get this fancy stand, you also get a little itty bitty dongle for your 2.4 connection. And you can even store it right here in the stand, which is very neat. And you plug in there and just leave this on your desk. And it just sits there nicely. And it all lights up, all that good stuff. The dock lights up. Where's that cable?
You lost it already.
Hold on now.
Rob, he lost it.
This is why you get controllers without dongles.
You guys do the
cables.
unboxings next time. That can't be only me.
It is.
It's so the pressure's on. I'm so nervous.
I love the color. That color is.
It's a very nice.
Here you go.
blue.
Look at all the matches,
so cool.
right? So that's fun if you're a fan of RGB lights, but that's really not the secret sauce. That's fine. The secret sauce of this thing is that it just works so well at what it does. Like the grips just feel extremely high quality with how they're laid out. You have these nice M1 and M2 buttons along the slider bar here on the back. It has the connectors there for the dock. You can switch it between the Bluetooth 2.4 mode. It has, of course, which has become standard on so many of these controllers, these switches, okay, that can limit your range of motion there on L2 and R2. I just leave that in full. And just really nice feeling L1, R1, just so comfortable. I love the matte finish on this. It's very premium feeling. It feels like an Xbox Elite controller almost, and just in the quality of the controller. Has this gritty plastic, kind of like rubber grip here, but it's not that style that's going to get all greasy and smudgy, what have you. The sticks as well are, I believe they're, let's see, let me double check on my specs here. They are Hall sticks. Okay. They're Hall sticks, Hall triggers. ABXY are membrane buttons with pretty minimal travel, but I would say just the sweet spot of travel. Not too big, not too small. 1,000 milliamp hour battery in here. That magnetic faceplate as well. So guess what? You want to swap out your faceplate? Look at that. Look at that. Huh? Put new faceplates on. You want it blue? You want a different color? Great. Your sticks come out. No big deal. You want to fight about it? We'll talk. Put this on. What sucks about this, though, is that they have delayed it a few times now, and it's delayed till early March. So do stay tuned. We will put out a link and news when we know it's ready to go. So you can't buy this yet, but when you can buy it, this was showing up in China on Bilibili. Apparently, there's some reviews out there showing that it's about $26 at least in China. And when it comes to the States and Amazon, I'm sure we're going to see this, I'm guessing around the $40 to $50 price point. I don't know the pricing yet. They have not said to me what that's going to be, but you do have these rubber grips, 6-axis gyro for switch, 2 programmable buttons on the back there. This, if you use that dongle, it has 1,000 hertz polling rate, which is great. So I always use the dongle because for like Battlefield 2042 and those really quick games like Gunfire Reborn, you got to have your polling rate in the right spot. And ABXY buttons, by the way, can be easily swapped under that front panel. So you want to take this off. You want to pull these out. Boom, there you go. You can switch them around. You want your A button right here. Great. But this might be my contender for Controller of the Year 2025. We'll see. The Tarantula from GameSir was probably my favorite of last year. And the Cyclone 2 was definitely a close second. But man, they really have been cooking on controllers lately. And it was cool talking to GameSir at CES. They really have a lot in their pipeline this year.
They had some pretty interesting products on display.
There's some of their telescopics that are going to be coming out, and everyone's talking about that G7, that new G7. There you go.
That little Game Boy attachment was kind of interesting.
Right? So it's interesting. So I'll share more about this as I know more. I don't think I'll make a video on it or anything. We'll just have our experience right now. But yeah, I'm going to be playing this more. This has been my daily driver controller for a month, and it will continue to be my daily driver controller because it just, yeah, I can't really ask for much more out of a controller.
The chat wants to know, how does it compare to the Tarantula? Or how do you like it compared to the Tarantula?
Yeah, so the Tarantula, what's cool about that is that it's more the PlayStation layout, and it's more that DualSense with the sticks below, but you have the buttons that have that mechanical feature that swaps them on the spot via the hotkeys. So that's cool, and that's a very comfortable controller. So these are neck and neck for me. That is the ultimate third-party PlayStation-style controller. That's my favorite one. This now is my favorite third-party controller that mimics an Xbox Elite controller. I love my Xbox Elite controller. I really do. But for me, what annoys me is you get some joystick grind on that. And now I put some rubber bands. You have these. You can get a set of these with your joystick protectors, which basically you put them on over the stick. And so when you put that on, it stops the grind as it makes its way around and pivots around. I recommend it. They're like $7 on Amazon. So that fixes the issue for grind and stuff. But this just, I don't know, it just hits all the sweet spots for me. And the battery life has been great. The D-pad as well has that soft, clicky pivot, and it's good in like Street Fighter, your pretty much any game. So yeah, this is the one I keep pulling out to actually use when I just sit down in my off time to just play a game. So I have been not using my Xbox as much. And the Tarantula is what I've been using when I'm on my like recumbent bike doing exercise, playing a game. It's just the one I gravitate towards when using with my my gaming handhelds a little more often. But yeah. Any other questions? That's all I got.
No, but you might have accidentally created a new product lineup.
What is that?
Bands rubbers.
Bands rubbers? The rubber feels good. Yeah,
Rubber bands.
A rubber band.
The rubber bands.
Yeah, band made out of rubber.
I don't like that.
What else? Oh no, everything's falling apart.
Oh
No. I just wanted to pull my rubber off.
Oh,
is this the year that Stubbs says no more than I do?
Oh no. So GameSir has these new rings that they've been selling. I actually have a set of them somewhere that I haven't opened up yet, but they have these little rings that stop any kind of joystick grind. So that's probably why it's not grinding. So they have these little plastic rings that they've already pre-installed on here. Look at that. So what are you having a giggle?
Matt Davis is savage.
What's going on?
For
What's
what you need
going
a
on?
really small amount of rubber, buy Bands rubbers.
Now, well,
okay.
Oh, savage.
guys.
Just gonna walk. We cannot hear you.
So there you go. Take it or leave it. You can buy it in March. Or to come.
I'll buy yours.
Thank you. Well, before we get out of here, any last rants, ravings, questions, concerns? People are wondering, why is there no guest on the show? I can answer that. It's because we're thinking about this. We're thinking about having guests be in a pre-recorded format. So like still the same panel. Me, Ban, Rob. If Ban can't make it, just me and Rob. But we're going to interview the guest because guess what? Last season, the number one comment we got when we had guests on was either if they were new to the show, getting in the flow of the live show here. Sometimes it feels like they're not really included as much because we move the show along really fast and all that. And so we really have, when we have a guest on, we want them to be front and center. We want them to have the attention, the spotlight, to promote what they've been up to and to just ask them questions. And it's so much easier to do that if we can do that in a pre-recorded offline discussion. We can dive a little deeper. We can really let them just express themselves, and then we can edit it into a podcast episode and release those as one-off episodes that will be separate from this Monday live podcast, which is going to stay live. We're going to be live every Monday all season long here, but we're going to give you an additional show in one-off, not every week, but we'll start booking guests and doing these sort of one-off episodes that will be more produced, and we'll still do them as live premieres. So all of you, a lot of you are family and friends with each other in the live chat, and so you all could still hang out with each other and with us. We'll be in the live chat premiere when these episodes go live. And I think it's going to be better served for the guests that way. We have guests like the Medal of Honor dev, like Chris Cross. Yeah, Chris Cross. We want to have him back on, but the live format, the live audience is like a fifth guest or like a fifth host, basically, fourth or fifth person. And I think it'll be better to focus in on the guest that way. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing that with guests. Having said that, it will be a little empty just having the three of us here. And so we're still going to have drop-in guests who've been on the show a number of times who don't as much need or want a spotlight on what they're up to as so much as just kind of want to hang with the show. I'm talking regulars like Team Retro, Russ from Retro Game Core. I'm talking about Aish and in other folks,
exactly.
And they'll just drop by throughout the season. So we'll probably still have a 4-panel member most of the time.
Yeah, because
So
I know a lot of people in chat like having some of our, having that live aspect of it. I mean, I think that was the number one voted thing, was the fact that we're live was the thing that most people liked. So I totally get that part of it.
And on those guest episodes, we're not going to do, most likely, unless there's a really interesting topic, we're not going to do like the news segments. It'll just be a focused conversation, maybe a topic that everyone wants to talk about, the guest wants to talk about, and we'll kind of, it'll be a different energy. It'll be cool. It'll be like the first and second season of this podcast that was all offline, where we really got to just dive into deeply into what the guest is up to, what we've been up to more, talk a little bit more personal life stuff too for everybody. And it'll just be a different vibe. So basically you get to have two shows. So you wanted more RH content. There's more RH content coming. We're going to be cooking this year, guys. We really are going to be cooking.
Yeah, we're just trying to give the best product possible, basically.
We are
always tweaking.
We want to be the best retro gaming podcast that you have ever heard, watched, enjoyed, and we're always aiming to do better. Amidst our busy, day jobs and lives and families and all that, we still want to find a way to just do the best thing that we can. And so, yeah, we'll see how this year goes. And we'll change it up on the fly as we get feedback from you all. And we just all really thank you all for watching us and hanging out with us. And
it's amazing how much I missed this in the past.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's
so
special, weird, Yeah,
it's a special energy, to do this and to involve you all out there live. And it's just the relationship we get to create back and forth with you and each other is something that's unique, and it's really cool. And it's almost like we have our own little, I don't know, reality in a way. It's a distraction at worst, and at best it is like its own little kind of reality society that we all get to exist in once a week, check in with our friends. And
there's definitely a huge community aspect to this, which is probably the best part of it, honestly. So yeah,
and you all get to see Band's latest everything.
Yeah, the collection constantly changing, evolving, sometimes almost killing him when it falls off the shelf. It's
is that what happened? Is that what this shelf took a fall on you?
No, not
I
yet.
worry about that though. I worry about that.
I staple it. Is that secured into the wall with an anchor? Is that safe?
No.
Like an anchor charger?
You did not follow the IKEA instructions.
I did not.
That's why they include those bolts.
No, this is the only one that is not like screwed into the wall. So there is that.
Okay. Well,
every other one is like actually put where it's supposed to be.
It's Richard Funtech says, this is a support group disguised as a podcast. Say it, Stubbs. Yeah, that's right. It's a support group for me, for Robin, for Van, and maybe for some of you. It is a chance for us to get together, just let out the everything. Right.
Welcome to Handhelds Anonymous, where we're not
Handhelds Anonymous. Yeah. We're not anonymous, but we all have screen names, so we're sort of anonymous, except for Rob. We don't know his last name. Never will. I can't pronounce it anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's not like you'll ever learn how to spell it. So
I have no idea how to spell your name. I have no idea. You're always
I get so excited mailing things to you guys, because I mean, I know your last names, but I don't ever use your last names. I put all sorts of random stuff. I love it. Imagine UPS guy's reaction when he sees some of the titles I come up with.
It was so cool during CES to meet your family too for the first time, like meeting Retro Tech Mommy and meeting your daughters, and they put up with us anyways. They put up with our shenanigans in that madhouse we called an Airbnb.
That was so much fun.
So much. And we're going to be meeting this year. We're going to do some sort of meetup, and we'll see each other again soon. But let's go ahead and wrap up, everybody. Oh, it's been a good one. I hope you all out there have an awesome rest of your Monday. We will see you next week. And I don't even have any guests booked, but we have guest spots opening up. So if you're a content creator, if you're a developer, if you if you want to be a guest, just maybe hit me up on Discord or our email hi@retrohandhelds.gg, hi@retrohandhelds.gg. If you're interested in being on the show, and we can talk. And we're going to start booking that and get the year filled up with some cool folks. You're going to meet some new people. We have Josh from OSnap, who's making the MCon controller.
Yes.
He'll be a guest. We also have We also have Damn It Jeff, who's going to be joining us this year. It's another new face who hasn't been on the show before, as well as Okayest Gamer is going to be on the show, and some folks from Handhelds United. They're going to be on the show, yeah, just cool people we met at CES too. Made some good connections. So, and
it was
more
cool being able to meet some of those other content creators in person. You know,
right?
I mean, I've talked to some of these people on Discord and things like that, and it's just cool to see the face and be able to interact with them in person. It's awesome.
I even got to talk to Austin Evans for a little bit, and he's a maybe. He's a maybe. We'll see.
It was kind of crazy, just some of the people that we were around. I mean, yeah. Like Austin Evans. I mean, Jeff Keighley. I took a picture with Jeff Keighley.
I should have asked Jeff.
Snoop Dogg.
I should have asked fake Snoop Dogg to be on the show. Oh man. All right. Well, let's get out of here. Seriously though, where they moved everything around in StreamYard. Where's my outro? Where's my music? Oh, here we go.
It's not real.
There we go. I found it.
It was all AI.
Jim Gray under the band name Judge Judy and the Executioners. So these tracks are made for RH, for this podcast specifically. We commissioned these from Jim. The intro song is called Juicy Jungle. I got to name it Juicy Jungle, and this outro is called Sunset Rider. So let's ride out into the sunset together. And we have a new thank you screen too. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share for more, to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds and an updated Patreon list. That's right. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 a month. Join us in the Discord to chat and play games. Thank you all for subscribing to this, by the way. And join us next week, where we're going to be talking about the latest, greatest in the handheld news world. And we're going to be having our first guest episode very, very shortly here. So do stay tuned for that. In the meantime, this has been Stubbs from RH on behalf of Rob and Mr. Ban. How much did my mic cut out, by the way?
New patron banner, too.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Did my mic cut out during that entire time?
No. It was
beautiful. Hell yeah. Great. Okay. It's been Stubbs on behalf of Ban and Rob saying, take care of your handhelds, everybody. And I mean it when I say, take care of each other, too. See you next time.